In a regular cleaning, when you're doing your daily maintenance on a typical tooth inside of gums scenario, when we're cleaning our teeth, it's a matter of removing the tooth or the food material, which can have sugars in it. That sugars, the bacteria takes those sugars and attaches to the tooth. It uses it to help attach to the tooth and can use it to make acid, which will break down the tooth. And that acid can cause what we think of as cavities and cause sort of a bacterial infection. And that can get bad enough to get into the root and cause a need for a root canal, et cetera, that sort of infection. So you're preventing cavities with your normal cleaning. You also are, with fluoride, you're trying to, if there is an invasion of acid, you're trying to build up the structure of that tooth so that it is preventing further attack or further lost ground, if you will, right? And additionally, you're trying to clean the surface that's sort of underneath the gums where stuff can collect and create irritation that over a long period of time can cause bone loss and what we call as periodontitis. And so that's the intention of regular daily cleaning in a tooth to gum tissue relationship. Mm-hmm. In an implant, whether it be a single implant or for a full arch, your intention is to remove the irritant from getting to the connection between the implant and the bone so that you don't have that bone loss like periodontitis. The implant version of periodontitis is called
peri-implantitis.
Peri-implantitis instead of gingivitis.
Peri-implant mucositis.
There you go. They're just fancy terms for essentially the exact same thing happening around implants. And we don't have cavities. So remineralization of teeth is not as important because that's what's important for cavities. And of course, we're not going to have your zirconia break down and have a cavity. So in some ways, you're getting sort of protected. If you're a person that got a lot of cavities, that's generally the bacteria that you have stuck in your mouth. That is something that you will be pretty protected from in the hybrid. But when you get a hybrid and you lost it for periodontitis, one of the risk factors for peri-implantitis is
history of periodontal disease, bruxism, diabetes.
So the bugs that are in the bacteria that is in your mouth just generally are there and they're going to be there forever. They were established from the beginning. It's not a genetic thing. It's an actual bacteria that colonizes your mouth and it will essentially be there. And the difference in general between, let's say that you have periodontal disease, sorry to be the example, and I don't, your bacteria is more angry than mine. So we have very similar types of bacteria, but your bacteria is just very pissed off and mine isn't. And so if I do a hybrid in you versus me, you're going to have a tendency to still see that happen because your bacteria just are still very angry. And so we need to make sure, one of the things that we're making sure in a cleaning is making sure that we don't get that bone loss. We don't have that same thing happen. So if you have a tendency towards cavities, generally you're going to be a little bit more protected because that's your tendency and we took that all away. If you have a tendency towards bone loss and peri-implant or periodontitis, you still are going to have that tendency. And that's one of the things that we really want to keep touch base with because those bacteria are still angry. There's no calming them down. Is that a fair, easy way to explain everything?
Yeah, and I think one thing to add is, we all strive for excellence, but that your surgeon, wherever it may be, is seasoned if they're open about what are the complications and what are the limitations of implants. Teeth can have periodontitis, whereas implants can have peri-implantitis, and teeth can have gingivitis, and implants can have peri-implant mucositis. It's all about prevention and understanding from our end. The biological process of an implant having disease is more of a rapid process, and that's really important for us to catch it early in the phase before bone loss, which goes into why we remove the prosthetic and want to see what's going on under the hood per se, so we can help our patients and not lead to any catastrophic problems.
That's an excellent point. And yeah, like you said, that can advance very rapidly. The complex, the interface between the implant and the bone doesn't have as much protection. It doesn't have as much blood supply. It doesn't have as much life, if you will, as your own teeth. And so it's a little bit less resistant to having those issues. And so we want to make sure that that stays long term. Another important point is that when we take out teeth with bone loss and periodontitis and cavities and all of that, you essentially get this like real big reduction. You're essentially winning the World War V on your teeth, and it goes to quiet stage, right? It goes to total peace. And then over time, it can build back up. So you're still at risk. It's a reset button. It's a chance. It's a second chance of sorts. So we want to capitalize on that second chance and keep everything at bay so that you don't end up losing that battle again.
Okay, so the purpose of the cleaning is really for two things. A, to keep your zirconia arches clean, free of debris and buildup, things like that. But really, more importantly, it's kind of still focusing on the periodontal side of things, so you're not having all of these infections or
Sure, removing the risk factors towards that progression.
Diagnoses going on. Okay.
Yep.